Hi, my name's Rob Whitacre. Welcome to Reaching the Lost, this Friday's edition of Success Strategies. One of the great benefits of having a school of evangelism where dozens and dozens of congregations are enrolled is that the tools that we're teaching you how to use, we hear back from you. It's testing right in the field. We can take what worked and bring it right to the local church. We've been really surprised as to the success of one of the tools we've been using. It's called the House to House, Heart to Heart School of Evangelism Bookmark. It's a very simple tool. It's very important that your local church is producing contacts. It's one of the most critical steps to evangelism because without contacts, you're dead in the water. If you're just producing 1, 2, or 3 contacts a week, brethren, you're not going to make it. When Jesus said, many are called, few are chosen, it takes many to be called to get few that are chosen. Many is not 2 or 3. So if you're getting 2 or 3 contacts a week, you're not getting many called. You're not reaching out to many. So therefore, your results are going to be almost non-existent. You're going to have the members get involved because they're the best source of contacts you've got. So here's what we're going to do. Take that bookmark that we left you. I want you to pass it out to every single person in the pews on a Sunday, perhaps after the sermon. Make sure everybody has it in their hand. Now you ask this question. Does anyone in the congregation know anyone who's lost? Raise your hand. Everyone's going to raise their hand. Now, do you know 10 people that are lost that you want to reach with the gospel of Jesus Christ? If that is the case, write them down on that card. In fact, we're going to give you 1 week to do that. So I want you to think about people you know that are lost. If you know more than 10 people, hey, go back to our evangelism table and get another bookmark. Get 3, get 4. Now, come back the next week and make sure those are in your Bibles because we're going to pull them out. After the sermon, ask the members to pull it out. Now, I want you to look at the names on that bookmark. And here's what we're going to do this morning. We're going to take 60 seconds, and I want you to pray for every individual member on your bookmark. Now, the members have skin in the game. Instead of turning the bookmark into the preacher, which should not be done, they're keeping it because it's their personal responsibility to reach these people. These are people they know. Now, once that prayer is done, ask them to pray every day for those individuals. Now, this is going to become habitual. It's going to become cultural. This is something you're going to do every single Sunday until the Lord comes back. If we're not focusing on the lost in our churches, brethren, we're failing to do our job. Now, ask them to bring it back next week. When they bring it back next week, I want you to ask this question. Take out your bookmark, have your prayer. Now, does anybody have anyone on their individual bookmark, their contact list, that has been sick, had surgery, that has a health problem? If you know somebody that meets those specifications, I want you to raise your hand. You should have deacons standing by. If someone raises their hand, make sure you have contact cards and hand them a contact card. Have them fill it out right on the spot. You should have a box on your evangelism table. Put the card in it. Now you can have a congregational contact. There's a difference between an individual contact and a congregational contact. A congregational contact is someone the whole church can rally around and encourage. It's called prospecting. Now you can congregationally prospect those individuals. This is an exciting way to get the members involved in evangelism. Brethren, again, let me remind you, if you do not get the individual members involved in your evangelism mission at your local community, your local church, it's not going to work. The preacher can't do it by himself. You're not going to get enough contacts from one single tool. House to house, heart to heart gives you contacts. New movers gives you contacts. Door knocking gives you contacts. But I'm going to venture to say that nothing produces contacts as much as your church members. This is a way to get them involved. Brethren, you should do this every single Sunday. After those set of questions, the next week, ask them this question. Does anyone know anyone on their list who's lost a loved one the last, month? Has anyone lost a father, mother, a family member, and they've been mourning? Let's put them on the congregational list. Here's another question. Go to the next week. Has anyone recently moved? Has anybody recently moved into the area? We can put them on our congregational list. You know somebody. Has anybody had a baby? Has anybody just got married? Has anybody just maybe lost their job and they're going through a very difficult time? Every week you can change the questions. In fact, in your Evangelism Simplified Guidebook on page 105, you'll find a list of over 30 categories of people that have moments of opportunity, windows that open in their life, and you can reach them. Brethren, this must be pulpit-led, whether an elder or a preacher, and evangelism must be congregational. Use that bookmark. It is important that the church is using every resource, working together to reach lost souls.